Is Indiana in the Morning, presented, as always, by First Commonwealth Bank here on WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. Captain Geoffrey Swires with us this morning from the Indiana Salvation Army. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you back with us, and it's good to have Jonathan Mack back with us as well. Good morning to you.
And good morning to you. Thanks.
My goodness gracious, how is it that this has come around already? The 2017 Red Kettle Campaign Kickoff Breakfast is on the way. Isn't that amazing?
It really is. It's hard to believe it's here already.
Yeah, but it is, and that's what we want to focus on today as we get set for the Red Kettle campaign for this holiday season. Captain Swires, of course, for folks who don't know, the Salvation Army is not just a Christmas time type of organization, are they? It's a church, and it is a humanitarian relief agency, and it is many, many other things here in Indiana County and elsewhere.
That is correct, and we're very fortunate that we are part of a church that believes that the best way to show God's love is to help the person next to you in need.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so the Red Kettle campaign, which funds the major portion of your operations throughout the course of a year?
That is correct. I think it's one of the unique opportunities where you can donate money at Christmas time and help send a kid to camp that summer or supply school shoes for a kid in the coming season. You know, already those things help go to assist people all throughout the year because there is that need all year. And it's a big undertaking. We have about 60 days to raise 2/3 of our budget.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Mack, you and your family have been so heavily involved in this effort, and especially with the Red Kettle Campaign Kickoff Breakfast these last many years, and I know it's very special to your heart.
Yes, it is. And I'm sorry that my wife, Kathleen, couldn't be here today because she's really the one that started the whole thing and spearheaded this almost 15 years ago. But unfortunately, she's got a bad sore throat, so she can't talk very well. But
that must kill her.
It does. But we've been heavily invested in this effort for the last 15 years or so because we believe strongly in the mission, in the vision of the Salvation Army. And we believe in helping people and making a difference in our community. And certainly the Salvation Army does that. Mm-hmm. I think you probably are aware of this. In the last 5 years, the Salvation Army has assisted 1 out of 4 residents of our county.
Wow.
So the services are comprehensive, they're all-inclusive, and they touch many, many people who need them.
They really, really do. So the Red Kettle Campaign Kickoff Breakfast is 2 weeks from today.
Yes, it is. Hard to believe it's here already.
Yeah.
But we're ready, we're ripping, we're ready to go.
Yeah, all right. So it is you've turned it into, this is the 11th one, but you've turned it into such a special event. And Jeff, I know that for you and for everybody with the Salvation Army, to see the way the community comes together just for the breakfast to kick off the campaign has to be very heartening.
It's a wonderful thing to be part of. It was almost overwhelming the first year. As I sat there and saw everybody that was there, all the people who had contributed, the local businesses that stepped up and made these wonderful donations of different things for the live and silent auction. It was an amazing thing to be part of.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about the event, what people can do in order to attend, and what they're going to find when they get there to the Indiana Country Club, 7:30 a.m. on Tuesday, November 14th. Jonathan, it's going to be a very special day, and you do wonderful things just to make this a special occasion.
It's going to be a great morning, and it kicks off the Christmas season and the bell ringing season. And every year for the last 10 or 12, we've had 300, 350 people at the country club that morning. And it's just a great spirit that exists there. And we have so many people that are helping us again this year. I really would like to recognize some of our major donors. We have some businesses in town that have underwritten kettles for us every year, and those include Crimson Court Townhouses, the Rischini Group, the Summit Church, IRMC, Christine Toretti, First Commonwealth, S&T, Marcus and Mack, the Fountains at Indiana, Holsener, Clark and Armstrong, Reliant Holding, and Friends of Don White. Those businesses underwrite a kettle for a season at the level of $1,200.
Wow.
So that's significant. And this year, like in the past, we have a silent auction, which is comprised of over 80 items, which are valued at $4,000 or $5,000. That's a silent auction taking place. And then we have a live auction where Pete Stewart comes in every year and donates his services to auction off 10 or 12 live auction items. We have some great great items this year.
I'm
For
looking
example,
at that list. Wow.
we have a signed Jack Lambert jersey, a signed Terry Bradshaw football. We have a spa day. We have a special holiday package at the IUP Kowalczyk Convention and Athletic Complex, which includes 10 tickets to the Christmas Wonderland show, dinner for 10, and 5 VIP parking passes. We also have donated this year, again by Joe Rischini, a Laurel Golf package for 4, which includes lunch, golf, and dinner. We have an Apple Watch. We also have a Hershey Hotel Park package. We have, as well, a Chris Letang signed jersey, an Antonio Brown signed jersey. We have 4 Penguin tickets on the blue line. And something very interesting this year that we have is an Arnold Palmer signed putter.
Wow.
So we got some great, great stuff. So I really would encourage members of the community to come out to bid. It's a great cause. There's no cost for the breakfast. All you have to do is call the Salvation Army and make your reservation. We do request, however, a $15 donation for the breakfast. The breakfast has been, for the 11th consecutive season, underwritten by Indiana First Bank, a very generous corporate donor to the Salvation Army.
Absolutely. Wow, you mentioned all of those items. Those are wonderful, and those are the live auction items. And just for the chance to watch Pete Stewart do an auction, that's worth the price of admission, if there was a price for admission. But he's a treasure.
He is a treasure, and he donates his time, and he's just a great guy. I will also tell you that for those of you listening, come out, because it's a great time to purchase Christmas presents as well, because in the silent auction, we have stuff like Kate Spade purses, Coach purses, Michael Kors, sports memorabilia, Pirate tickets, Steeler tickets, Penguin tickets, spa certificates, restaurant certificates, etc. We got a lot of stuff that can make great Christmas gifts for folks.
Yeah, and you're going to do some drawings for some Sheets cards as well.
We are. Sheets is another very generous corporate sponsor. Every year they donate items, including 6 $50 gift cards, which we'll be drawing during the course of the morning. We do promise also those of you that have to go to work, we start at 7:30 with a full breakfast, and we're out of there by 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I don't know how somebody managed to sneak into Mr. Palmer's home and swipe a putter, but the auctioning it off for the Salvation Army is a wonderful idea. That's a tremendous listing of items that will be live auctioned at the event coming up November 14th, 7:30 a.m. at the Indiana Country Club. It's close to your heart. It's close to the hearts of everybody here in Indiana County to make the Red Kettle campaign a success. I know, Geoffrey, that for the last few years it's been very, very difficult to find locations at which you could put the Red Kettles. But when we see them, we really need to be there and support them, don't we?
It does become more difficult. It has increasingly over the years, but we found, again, in Indiana, there are business owners, store managers who are more than willing to help us, to help the Salvation Army, to help the community.
Yeah.
So it's a wonderful thing. We are in need of volunteer bell ringers. If you have 4 hours you want to give your time, it allows other people to give their money.
Yeah.
You may not necessarily have the money you would like to be able to donate to help others, but by donating your time, you allow others that opportunity to give. So we sure are grateful and dependent on our volunteers, the groups that come out each and every year to help, from Boy Scouts to retired teacher groups and everything in between.
Well, that's a good point that you make. The volunteers who ring the bells, we might think of just individuals who say, okay, I'll take a shift. But actual companies, organizations, social clubs, service clubs, they can all get together, church groups, and they can say, we're going to take this time, and they can call you, and you can tell them what times are available and where they're needed.
Absolutely. And another thing, Todd, I did want to mention, IUP has been very helpful, and the students at IUP have been very helpful to the Salvation Army. For the last 3 or 4 years, the fraternities and sororities have canned for the Salvation Army, and they come to our breakfast and present to the Salvation Army every year a check of money that they have raised in the community for the Salvation Army. So there's some great things happening with the students at IUP to serve the public and to serve the Salvation Army.
And isn't that a nice little seed that you have there for the Red Kettle campaign, to begin knowing that you will have that much that is going to be able to help with the Red Kettle campaign?
It is.
Tremendous. All right. Well, the event is going to be on Tuesday, November 14th, 7:30 a.m. at the Indiana Country Club. Hot breakfast buffet, generously underwritten by Indiana First Bank. And boy, they do it up well there, don't they? At the country
Yes, they
club.
do. It's a full breakfast.
Yeah, people will enjoy that. The event itself, who's your MC? Do you have one?
I'm the MC again
Are
this
you
year.
really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have been for the last, 10 years.
You have
or so.
your open monologue ready to go, your song and dance routine?
Yeah, there won't be much of a song and dance routine this year or a monologue. We also this year are going to have a special guest with us.
Mm-hmm.
Israel Gaither, who has been the mouthpiece and the voice nationally and internationally for the Salvation Army, intends to attend our breakfast this year. So that's a really, really big deal. Quite an inspirational guy who has served the world on behalf of the Salvation Army.
Yeah, Geoffrey, have you met him?
Yes, I have. He's actually from Western Pennsylvania. He's from Newcastle originally, and gone from accepting the call into officership in Newcastle to being the chief of the staff, which is second in charge over all 125 countries that the Salvation Army serves in.
Salvation Army, of course, active for many, many decades here in Indiana County. You have been here how long now?
This will be my third Christmas. In the Salvation Army, we tend to count by Christmases, and this will be our third. We keep saying in the 7 or 8 years that we're here, in hopes that they'll leave us here so long that they'll forget where we're at, because we just love being part of this community.
Oh, isn't that nice? What a special thing for you to say about the community, and it really speaks well to the way that Indiana regards the Salvation Army too, doesn't it?
Jeffrey's wife right now is in Puerto Rico serving the victims of the hurricane. And in fact, she's been away for 2 weeks and is coming home tomorrow. So he's looking very much forward to tomorrow.
Yeah. You didn't let the laundry pile up, did you?
Oh, no. I have to keep ahead of that. It's difficult with 3 children and a grandchild who live with me. It's been challenging. That's just one of the small reasons I miss her. But she's doing wonderful things. The emergency disaster services there are serving approximately 8,000 meals a day.
Yeah.
When you consider that still over 70% of the island is without power, it's an amazing undertaking.
Yeah.
But where there is need, the Salvation Army's there, and I feel blessed to be part of that effort.
Now, we're talking today about the Red Kettle Campaign Kickoff Breakfast. I assume you're going to be doing the annual Thanksgiving dinner as well?
That is correct. Last year we had 298 people. I almost walked out and invited 2 more in just so I'd have a nice even number. But it's it's a thing where we came and the community was already doing this in partnership with the Salvation Army. And to have people come up to you and say, I have no other family, my friends are gone, but I have family for Thanksgiving because of this dinner.
You will come and you'll talk with us some more about that specific event, won't you, later this month? Wonderful. He's Captain Geoffrey Swires, and of course Jonathan Mack. The 2017 Red Kettle Campaign Kickoff Breakfast is coming up November 14th, 2 weeks from today, 7:30 a.m. at the Indiana Country Club. And please RSVP by November 7th. Limited seating, and we want to make sure that you get your seat. Jonathan, what's the number they need to call again?
Call the Salvation Army. That number is 724-465-2530.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
To start off your Christmas, we have a gift for you here since it's kettle season.
Oh, there you go.
We have your own kettle bell there.
Anytime I talk about Salvation Army through the entire season, this is going to be right here. Wait a second. There. I see that one. You have to do wrist, but with this one, you use just the finger. I've learned already.
There you go.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
It's Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank at WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. Fox News up next at the top of the hour. Josh Widdowson in the newsroom after that.